those people who are skeptical as to whether their servers were actually hacked, this would be a good way to find out, because the DNC will be subject to discovery, theoretically, in this process. They sued, the DNC sued, I think it was the Nixon administration, the Nixon campaign after Watergate. Did you know that, Matt?
I was not aware of that, no.
Yeah, they sued him, I think, for $1 million. I mean, theoretically, right, there is should be a monetary consumption. I'm not sure how much I appreciate them suing WikiLeaks. As skeptical as I've become over that enterprise as of late, it's still. I mean, I guess it really sort of is a function of their role in this, but I don't know if I like the idea of any type of journalistic outlet, even as skeptical as I have become of WikiLeaks being sued.
I mean,
but
suing, like, they want to put Julian Assange in prison.
Well, the DNC doesn't have the ability to put Julian Assange in prison.
Yeah, well, the same people do.
Well, I don't know if I mean, I don't know. Maybe they want him to go to prison, but they're not in a position to put him in prison. I mean, I think these people who work at the DNC have nothing to do with law enforcement. And the question is whether or not you want an entity suing, any more than I want Peter Thiel suing Gawker. Do I want the DNC suing WikiLeaks? But in terms of suing Russia and the Trump campaign, I don't know. It seems like perhaps a waste of money, but they think they have some type of action, and I guess we'll see. Let's hear from Tom Perez, who, again, he may personally want Julian Assange in jail, but he's not in a position to do anything about it.
I mean, the Democratic Party establishment at large.
I guess. I mean, all right. Well, here is Tom Perez.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question that apparently came up on a conference call that you had with some state party leaders, and this was from Slate. It said, I just mentioned this to a county. This is referring to somebody, we don't know who it was on the call, but a state party official. I just mentioned this to a county chair, and her response was, how can we spend all that money? So can you address that, the financial burden that's going to be on us? I will ask, this is going to cost the DNC. How much money are you taking away from 2018 to focus on 2016 in Russia?
Chuck, we can't afford not to do this, because when you look ahead and you see what was done before and what they're trying to do again, our democracy is at stake. It's hard to win elections when you have interference in elections. We've been winning elections. We know how to walk and chew gum. We've got boots on the ground right now in Arizona. We have a great candidate. She's an undeniable underdog. We're fighting there. We just won in Wisconsin. You
didn't answer. How much money is this lawsuit going to take this year? Millions?
I don't know. I don't know the amount of money that it will take, but I'll tell you, it's hard to put a price tag on preserving democracy. And you know what? That's why I concluded that it would be irresponsible of me not to do this.
I mean, ultimately, it's going to be easier to put a price tag on it when you find out how much it's going to cost and you pay out the lawyers. They have been winning elections, at least since 2016, but it does seem to me, I mean, I wouldn't donate for that money unless there can be some type of return. I'm not sure how much money do they think they're going to win that's going to convince Russia to not do that again. I'm not quite clear I understand what the theory is behind it, but they did sue, after Watergate. There is an analog here on some level. I mean, I don't necessarily, you wouldn't sue the WikiLeaks.
Would it be just for monetary damages, or is there something where the DNC just wants to air some stuff and get them out in the open?
That's the only other thing, is that you wonder if this isn't all about discovery. I mean, it goes both ways. Obviously, for those who are skeptical as to whether or not they were actually hacked, the DNC has got to provide all they will, presumably attorneys from the other side will say, we want to see all the server records, all of it. But presumably, too, through a discovery in this instance, there may be things that have to be revealed on the other side that there is some value in that they may anticipate. I guess we will find out.
And I think you saw in your conversation with Cliff a couple weeks ago that Russia is much higher on the list of priorities for establishment Democrats than it is for the base. Like, I forget exactly what it was that they traded for sanctions on Russia in one legislative session. I need to look it up, but it was something that a lot more people care about. And it's just like, they're going to ride this forever, I think.
I mean, look, I just think that I don't think that we can really tell what the logic is behind this, because you would have to be completely tone deaf to go forward with this suit, knowing you're going to spend money and not have any type of strategy on where it leads. Right now, it's possible they have none, but I mean, Tom Perez is not an idiot. And so I don't know. I will reserve judgment as to whether or not there is any value to this. It seems to me, I would think it's a waste of money. But like I say, maybe there's something in discovery that they think they're going to find, whether it's with Russia or with the Trump. I mean, the story, because people like to focus on the Russia aspect but maybe the whole point of it is more about there's an element in the Trump administration, that the Trump campaign that they think has value. So I don't know.